back to the MSI semifinals. We just got a look at the new Battle Academia skins for Ezreal, Yuumi, Lux, Katarina, Jace, and Graves, available in the in-game store. Now, if you want to make sure you can teach your opponents a little something, pick them up.
And guess what the score is right now? I think very few people would expect you to say 1-0 in the favor of Team Liquid in this best of 5. Let's get right into Champion Select, because Invictus Gaming have been handed the Rise once again. It was such a potent tool in that last game, despite their loss.
The most important thing for anybody to notice right now at the very beginning is Invictus Gaming's third ban has changed. The Jarvan banned away from Xmithie. They don't want him on that again.
Yeah, good adaptation here, because so much of that late game was the fact that Xmithie went full tank Jarvan and just threw himself at people whenever we needed an initiation. Coupled with the Sivir ultimate, it was impactful. But more importantly, he was able to use it to just go straight at Rookie in the early game, setting up so much of that advantage.
And if you are going to run a proper 5-on-5 team fight composition, you need a hard engage. Rek'Sai is a replacement for the early game, not for the late game.
Now, taking a look at what we're seeing, though, despite the fact that the Jarvan got banned away, we are seeing plenty of repeat picks here. You are going to see the Sylas again for the side of Team Liquid. Supports are the same as last game, but this time they're switched around, and IG will also have Jackie Love on the Kai'Sa once again.
And Kai'Sa is just such an important tool, because if Jackie Love can't go with the aggressive solo laners, gets kind of left on an island. So this is something I expect us to see throughout this best of 5. But the change of the supports is what is important, because I felt like Doublelift and Core JJ played the bottom lane beautifully. Any opportunity for aggression out of the Alistar was very easily mitigated from that Braum. And now on the flip side, I want to see if Core JJ brings some aggression to the lane.
And I do think that this is actually a good change of supports there for Team Liquid, considering we're just going over, they will need that hard engage force later in the game. Core JJ has shown here in the LCS in North America that he can get the flanks. He can track the vision game to find the engages on Alistar for the team. Will he be able to do that against Invictus Gaming, though? That is a tall task.
And as we're looking at the second part of the bans here, we're going to see Liquid paying continued respect to rookies LeBlanc, as well as banning the Olaf away from Ning. They don't want him controlling the jungle early on that pick. Invictus Gaming, the second ban against a champion that they had to play against in Game 1 in removing the Sivir, also keeping Doublelift off of Lucian.
Yeah, and this is very interesting to me, because TL dropping Doublelift's priority in the draft just is even further credit to the veteran in the bottom lane. Can play really any AD carry and has to do so at different times in his career.
Okay.
I was going to say, even back to when he was a young and playing Vayne, he just went to back out.
Doublelift throws down the gauntlet, bringing back the Vayne here with the Alistar combination.
But if they're just going to run into you and 5v5 team fight and continually throw that gauntlet, what else would you like? This isn't Nerf Vayne. This is Ginsu's plus the Bork Vayne. 2-item spike, so strong.
Yeah, you do want something that will be able to survive in skirmishes where you don't have set battle lines.
All right, we're going to see the Lee Sin picked up again once more for Invictus Gaming. IG are hovering this Nico. I don't know if it's just to BM Team Liquid and get in their heads, or if they're actually going to take it away, and they will. IG taking both the support and top lane that Team Liquid played last game.
And what is the adaptation here for Impact? Does he take the Sylas, or is it something like a Gangplank, something like the Vladimir? His champion pool has grown over MSI and leaving him counterpick yet again to try and get something done.
And there's not a lot of great matchups into Rise or Nico. Those two have such huge threats for the top side, so they're going to sit him on the Sylas. You take a bit of a CS deficit, and you try and become more useful to your team later.
Now, the interesting thing here is because we're seeing the Sylas and Rise again, you would think, oh, it's the same matchup, but the Sylas for TL will be in the hands of Impact this time around, as opposed to Jensen. And if you look at Invictus Gaming, the Rise is going over to Rookie, and it'll be the Shy on Nico.
And the big key to best of 5s is always adaptation. Invictus Gaming have had so many improvements here. They've banned away multiple champions Team Liquid used last time around so successfully, and they've been able to get themselves a very good matchup here for the Shy.
However, this looks very much like a 1-3-1 comp, and we just saw IG, even with a lead, continue to run into TL. Look for the team fights. We said that this meta has turned into picking the solo laners that can team fight better. No one's really succeeded in winning a map wide 1-3-1. We'll see whether IG has the discipline to do so in this game.
That's one of the advantages for Team Liquid, also grabbing themselves the Vayne. This is one of the 80 carries that can actually try to 1v1 solo laners in a split push scenario. The ability to constantly proc the invis with the final hour, as well as once you have that Bork Rage Blade, every other auto being a Silver Bolt. The champion is incredibly scary in those situations. But for Team Liquid, what a mental buff that must be to win the first game, be coming into game 2 with that lead. They know now Invictus Gaming are mortal. You can pierce that armor.
Confidence is huge. Everyone will remember that last game, very up and down though. Swinging team fight to team fight. Invictus Gaming pulling ahead, getting 2 Barons, and then Team Liquid coming back out of a snare from Impact in a 1-team fight inside their own base. Everything needs to be wiped clean though. Game number 2 starting fresh.
And just because I mentioned it last game, I want to make sure I mention it here again. The Shy, also you can tell by the keystones and the starting item, press the attack along with the Dorian's Blade, is going to be going for that split push style. We are not going to see a team fighting style AP Nico. Other than that, everything is pretty much par for the course here.
Yeah, maybe Spellbook is something that you can talk about on the Orianna, not looking for a heavy bully lane, instead prizing the fact that you can swap to cleanse, especially for level 6, versus this Ryze Lee Sin matchup. We're so interested to see whether Jensen and Smithy just go at rookie. Well, it worked the first game. They were able to build that advantage with the burnt flash. I'm expecting Smithy to do something similar here.
And remember, it was Jensen who got himself first blooded in the last game by Ning's intervention into the mid lane, but it was also Jensen who, after those scraps in the top lane, turned things back towards TL, was really ahead and was able to do things later on.
And look at the setup here. Deep ward from the Shy on Nico, also trying to cut off Impact by hiding in that tri-bush, but Impact goes the safe way all the way around to the lane so he doesn't get cut off, and that means Smithy does not get a leash on the red buff, has to clear his own camps.
And crucially here, Ning has got a leash, so they know exactly where the Lee Sin has started, whereas Smithy has soloed out his first camp. I expect that means that Ning wants the top lane turret dive. One thing you can do on a ranged matchup into Silas is protect the wave, look to stack it in, and then maybe look to get under Impact's turret.
And if you are a top laner in that situation, the biggest thing to recognize if that is coming at you is if your opponent is slow building the wave. That would be last hitting and trying to allow most of their minions to build up into a large wave that will crash all at once. That's when you call your jungler for the biggest advantage.
I was going to say the most important thing there is dialing 1-800 gank my lane to your own dude. Make sure you're set up there for the 2v2 instead of being alone, and you can see Smithy on this top side clearing out the Krugs just in case.
And that's the value of that ward we pointed out. The Shy placing early on, level 1, does see Smithy. Both junglers aware of that possibility.
And you see, that just means that Ning retreats into his jungle. Now we'll pick up some more farm, and hopefully, if you're an IG fan, waste some of Smithy's time. However, with the tunnel available, with the flash, he just might go for it.
Smithy going in there. The Shy gets himself away from the CC and actually turns this gank right around. Ning showing up now means TL is in some trouble. Ning with a flash forward. Shy's also going to be flashing forward. It's Team Liquid, both going down almost. One more auto attack would do it, and a double kill for the Shy.
The Shy, deep wards level 1, knows that Smithy is coming for it, dodges both skill shots from Team Liquid, lands the double snare, and is rewarded with a double kill at 3 minutes into the game. He is going to take over.
Team Liquid's early game Silas stuns have not been good in either one of these games so far, and right there, it costs them so big.
And the big thing here is don't throw the skill shot. Let Smithy burrow. Let him flash on top of the target. They're throwing it too early. It's not guaranteed at that point. And the turnaround gank, as a jungler, to be here second is so crucial. Expending the flash early, guaranteeing the slow, and cleaning up the kills.
You can see Smithy almost buying Impact enough time there by knocking Ning up into the air, allowing Impact to walk away, but it was not enough. And now that the Shy's got himself those 2 kills, he's also got a red buff in this lane. Life is hell for Impact.
Yeah, it certainly is. Not to mention the fact that Sustain already in at level 4 in the form of that Vam Scepter. And now you look towards how this spills over and impacts other lanes. With this pressure already secured top, where does Ning look to get busy?
Well, the Shy's pretty busy with the auto attacks here in the top side. Impact barely keeping himself alive there with the corrupting potion, but the Shy is so scary.
All right, big minion wave building up as well. Impact's very scared that the enemy jungler is coming, but he cannot get away from this one and doesn't know that Ning is on the bottom side. Xmithy here has cleared out once again, now looking mid instead. Both junglers ready to pounce.
Rookie's already here. Ning shows up, but he lands the Sonic Wave only onto the minion. That means this is not going to work out for IG.
Yep, and the bottom side.
Bottom side is Core JJ starting things up. Jackie Love taking some damage there, but a return stun coming out, and Core JJ is now also in some trouble. Double if not able to find the stun onto Jackie, means he will not be getting himself the kill. Core JJ now going to be building up the stun here yet again, but Ning has made his way into the bottom side, looking to make this a 3v2. Ning trying to close in on Double if will not be able to. Jackie Love going to be taken very low. Core JJ gets him with the ignite, and it's turning around for Team Liquid. Ning and Balon back themselves away. Jensen shows up behind Rookie. He's going to be rooted up and brought very low. Flashing out, but still stunned up. Core JJ with a nice interception of the overload will keep his mid laner alive.
And the fireworks just continue in game number 2. Bottom side. 3 teleports are now used, and they're going to have Invictus Gaming pushing in and possibly looking for the dive.
Jensen is alone. IG with 4 members down here will surely find this dive. Jensen can only hope to try to get one in return. Jensen walking away from the turret. There's no way out of this one, and he is cleaned up by Jackie Love.
Kill gifted over to the Invictus Gaming AD carry, and now on Summoner's Rift. There are 10 Summoner spells on cooldown. A jungler's paradise for this early in the game, and you can see they just want to get active.
All right, if you look at the minimap right now when the replay starts, this is where the mid lane gank goes, and they see the Lee Sin exit to the bottom side. So this whole skirmish here, he's heading down the river, trying to join. Double Lift almost getting the condemn there, a little bit more range, and might have been able to have it, but because he does not, it is a 3 versus 2 here. Ning trying to get through. Double Lift does flash, so he doesn't get caught so early. Core JJ gonna get the ignite, gonna get the knockup and flash away. Then with Jensen and Rookie both teleporting in, they actually are able to pull them out of it. Flashing away is Jensen. And Core JJ is going to block that Q to make sure that Ning doesn't trade one more.
And once again, the TL support just with multiple reads in that fight, not burning the Ignite while here was still available, using it to secure a kill. And then, as you mentioned, playing the ultimate bodyguard at the end of the skirmish. If Jensen had a left with the team, that's nearly a 1-for-0 with so many Summoner spells burned for Smithy on the Rek'Sai to revisit the bottom lane.
But we're watching Invictus Gaming play Invictus Gaming League of Legends, getting scrappy all over Summoner's Rift early on here in this game. It's built them up to over a 1,000 gold lead just 7 minutes in. You've already got Rookie stack in the tier. Top side, the Berserker's Greaves completed for the Shy means he's going to have that much more mobility and attack speed to deal with Impact in this 1 versus 1. IG's feeling good so far with the early game.
Yeah, and to me, still the biggest part of this game was that top lane first blood double kill for the Shy. Just because there's so much action down on the bottom side, don't forget about on-hit Nico. Extremely annoying to deal with in lane, and especially with that lead. Bottom side, though, once again, Ning looking for action.
You gotta love how often this guy wants to get involved in the lanes. With the ward swept out and him standing on a control ward, he now knows it's safe. Double Lift walking very close. This gets very dicey pretty quick.
Has level 6 and flash Captain Flowers. He might just look for this.
Here we go. Core JJ and the Brush going to be waiting on him. A nice chain CC from Team Liquid will deny the gank.
There's your Ultimate Bodyguard award once again. Well earned by Core JJ there. Starts the knockup, allows Double Lift to follow it up with the condemn.
And I just feel Core JJ is one of those players. Hold that thought.
Here we go for Xmithy. Trying to get in there. The Shockwave is going to stop the Realm Warp, but now Team Liquid have found themselves a ton of damage onto Rookie. That's a pickup they needed for Jensen.
Very well placed by Jensen. He knows that there is no flash on Rookie, so he's able to hit the edge of the Shockwave to stop the ultimate there, thereby not needing Xmithy to flash in for his own knockup.
And after watching TL play G2, it looked like there was a legitimate win condition opened up of attacking the mid laner. Caps fell victim to it. Now it looks like Rookie in back-to-back games falling under all of this pressure and attention that is Smithy giving into the mid lane.
We talked about it on the dive, Spawn. Smithy having to go mid with Jensen in order to find success in this series. People said it could not be done, but it is happening.
Because the thing is Rookie still had a good game one, but you just limit his impact by taking away early game resources because he's such a potent laner. You're never going to shut him down, but you must be able to control the beast.
But remember, we saw all those stuns in game number one. The mechanical talent of the player will always shine through no matter how behind he is. And that's what we want to see Team Liquid never forget over the course of this series, lest they fall victim to IG just being so damn good. Jackie Love and Balon continuing to trade with Doublelift and Core JJ down here. Over the wall comes Smithy, level 6 now, looking to find some chain CC down onto Jackie Love, getting himself away with a killer instinct. Team Liquid will not get anything except for Balon's heal there.
Yeah, very good move there by Balon. Keeps his wits about him, puts up the shield so there's no follow-up damage. Even though his AD carry is in a bad spot, gets double knock-up, he puts up the shield to deny the follow-up damage.
And Jackie Love is one of the best Kai'Sa players at not using his flash when ultimate will do. Uses the ultimate to just reposition himself, get that small shield, and duck back under the turret for safety. Many others would have flashed at such a longer cooldown. Give credit when someone has mastered a champion. That's why he has a skin.
Killer Instinct just shy of a 2-minute cooldown. Flash sitting on 5. It's an easy choice to make when you know one will suffice. Topside though, Impact continuing to have his turret get damaged pretty heavily by this enemy Nico. And one thing we haven't really commented on yet that's such a big part of this matchup between Sylas and Nico, when he steals on-hit Nico's ult, his is way better.
Meanwhile, mid lane gonna have some more action. They have to be careful. The Vision game has been very heavily contested here, and Invictus Gaming just saw both the jungler and the support from Team Liquid, so they know where both roamers are.
And this could turn into a 3v3 if either side is feeling confident enough to go for it. But considering they're both posturing like they've got something hidden behind their back, they both back off.
With the way that this game has gone, I expect action, and Smithy's actually gone to the Wolf camp. That might cost them. Ning and Baolon both hovering on the top ledge.
The gold lead keeps building for Invictus Gaming, though. Look at the fact that they're up to 1,500 ahead of their opponents now.
It's going to be the bait.
Core JJ steps up. Nothing really too big going on just yet, but yeah, the Invictus Gaming squad keeps farming up well. They keep making sure they build these advantages passively through their economies. Top side, it's the Shy still perpetually in control. In the jungle, Ning continues to out-farm Smithy, and that's what Team Liquid has to always be aware of, is just how far behind they might be falling.
Now, the river is the highway of Summoner's Rift. And this is where all of the effort is going into controlling the Vision. Because if you can control that highway of the river, then you get to pull off ganks like this.
Here comes Ning again. 3 versus 1 is not a kind of fight Jensen's walking away from, and Ning gets himself a kill.
But I do like that Jensen doesn't burn the summoner spells. That was a great setup from IG. They came from multiple directions. He wasn't going to be able to get out top lane, though.
Impact stealing away that Pop Blossom from the Shy. The Shy popping his own Blossom back as Impact wins out on the trade for now. Not too bad as Smithy goes after Ning here in the 1 versus 1. Core JJ is going to hold Rookie off. No more blood to come from this one just yet.
And before that, we were talking about what the river does and how it allows you to go in. You can see how hotly contested it is. But this is what mid lane priority does. It allows you to generate vision on your side of the map. Have a look at how much control TL have bottom side of river right now, around that dragon area. You can see what the next objective is. It's for Jensen to be able to push in, for them to be able to gain control here. So we'll see whether this is another area that IG look to start a fight.
Meanwhile, tracking those summoner spells, so important in looking where to attack. Everybody now getting all of their flashes back. The only one still on cooldown is Baolon on the bottom side, and that is the Braum, who can jump to an ally.
No drakes have been taken yet this game at 13 minutes either. If a team decides that they're confident enough to go for that, or for the Rift Herald, which is honestly where we saw the game take a big turning point earlier on. That was where Team Liquid first took the lead in game number 1, when IG overextended themselves for those early objectives. And we know that this is the kind of team that if there's a Dragon or a Rift Herald that their opponents are trying to take, they're not going to let them do it.
Yeah, IG is just always contesting around deficits in this tournament so far. We mentioned it, Kobe, but it's like, don't pick on my teammate's style. Anytime it looks like a member of IG is caught out, multiple members will rotate to try and save them. This game is the most kind of calm and calculated we've seen IG play, and that's why it's so much slower.
And we've also had multiple roams by both jungler and support in mid lane. Now is no different. 6 members mid, as is normal.
This is just what these games are turning into. Over the wall goes CoreJJ and Xmithy. That as a TP is channeled by Invictus Gaming, TL wants to head for the hills. Balon looks to chase even further, but he won't be able to go there because of the ball positioning from Jensen. And Team Liquid disengages, getting the TP out of the Shy.
That is a very big equalization right there. Impact has had to use his teleport on cooldown, basically, in dealing with this Nico with the 2 kills and early first blood. Double, let's going for the 1v1.
Bottom side, this is the vein, this is the montage play you look for. Not able to find the damage, though. Jackie Love down to 100 HP, and backup is coming.
Yeah, both marksmen gonna back off with very little health left as both teams converge. They were the only ones left by themselves down there, and even they are going at it. 1 auto attack left. That is gonna leave Invictus Gaming with control of the Dragon. Here comes Team Liquid, though.
Team Liquid not willing to let him walk away with a CoreJJ going in, able to knock Balon back into the rest of Team Liquid, going to be taking him down rather quickly. Impact goes in with a Pop Blossom, not finding anyone with that big ultimate. Ning coming right back into the Team Liquid lines. CoreJJ now going to be the target. The Shy not able to find anything with his Pop Blossom either. Impact grabs the kill on the Ning. Now it's going to be the Shy in some trouble. The shutdown pin it over to Xmithy. Rookie and Jackie Love still alive. Team Liquid health bar is going to be low on everybody except for Impact and Jensen. Jensen down to 5% mana. You've got to keep it in mind. You can't sling the spells unless you've got some gas in the tank. Team Liquid still working on the Mountain Drake, still securing it. They've taken the objective.
Absolutely outplayed at every corner in this team fight. What am I watching, Spawn?
Yeah, the big thing here is just look at how multiple angles again for this TL setup. The majority of the team coming in, but it's ultimately the flank of CoreJJ that gets it started.
MVP of the LCS, world champion himself, CoreJJ. Blast Cone into the defending world champions. He gets kicked back, he flashes out after the Shy uses his ultimate there, and Ning gets soloed on the other side. Then the return here, Invictus Gaming just funneling more and more kills into Team Liquid.
And that's another fight from a deficit. You got to give credit to Team Liquid. Every setup looks great at the moment, but what is IG doing? You can't fight 4v5s when you just get picked at the start like that.
Invictus Gaming with the lead, but Team Liquid not backing down. They've taken on the same mentality, still looking to fight their way out of a deficit. And now they've started up the Rift Herald. Teleports are coming in. We're going to have another brawl.
It's another river fight over a neutral objective. Ning, Jackie Love, and Balon moving up. Team Liquid with 4 nearby. Doublelift cannot participate in the fight. He's not here yet. Balon's going to be the target. Stunned up for a moment. Throws up the shield, keeping himself safe. Rookie and the Shy coming in from the side. This could be big from the Shy. Oh. Xmithy's in some trouble, getting himself away just barely. But a nice kick from Ning into CoreJJ. Ning's in some trouble. He's going to be taken down first. Core still alive, but now he falls too. A shockwave on the 3. Good Lord, man. That's Jensen making the move. But Jackie strikes back. Jensen falls, Jackie falls. 4 down on both sides.
And this game is just a bloodbath. Every time IG look to fight, TL say, we have your measure. Another great flank from CoreJJ, but this time, IG able to equalize.
And the Shy, the only one left standing on Invictus Gaming side, is going to be able to push up that mid wave. Xmithy, the survivor of Team Liquid, will go back to farm the jungle.
And this is just insane because it looks like a 4v3. CoreJJ is already engaged over the wall, but this time it's the Shy on the Nico with the huge snare.
That looks so big for Invictus Gaming, but Xmithy flashes out and Doublelift arrives just in time. He condemns Ning, they get the first kill. Impact going in onto Rookie, but the shockwave from Jensen finds 4 of them, gets the double kill. Jackie Love ulting in, Jensen with his dying breath gets off the attack move Dissonance. Does also flash in the end with the last of those missiles taking his life. So again, with all this action, everyone getting so hyphy, you have to track these flash cooldowns.
No time. We're going to get into another fight. Ning over the wall, stays alive, stunned up. Doublelift with the follow-up there, but not enough to go over the wall and chase him any further. With the enemy jungler at half HP, Team Liquid now once again thinking about the Rift Herald.
And this is, again, where the draft just comes up massive for TL, because at this stage of the game, control mages in 5v5 teamfights just reign supreme. You have a look at Jensen's item. No one can go near this Orianna. He just does too much damage. IG need to slow down. They need to split up the map. They need to play to the 1-3-1, but they just seem unable to do so.
We're seeing similar lessons from last year's World Championship, which so many enjoyed. Right now, though, 2v1 possible dive onto Impact. It's the Invictus Gaming solo laners. Rift Herald from top side for Team Liquid. How long can Impact stall?
Team Liquid is saying, Impact, buy time, hold out, run if you can. We're attacking somewhere else, and sure enough, they will. First turret goes down in the top lane in favor of Team Liquid, puts them in their first gold lead of this game, as Jackie Love will be left to deal with Shelly.
Yeah, and you can just see, ooh, kick goes slightly wide. That it's actually TL that are reading the plays a little bit quicker this time. They knew that Impact was under fire, but he was able to clear out that creep wave. In the end, it was IG having to rotate to the mid lane. Next Dragon's another Cloud. I would be surprised if both teams fought over it again, but this series seems that it's all about the 5v5.
I would not be surprised if anybody fought over anything in this series, Spawn. That seems to be the name of the game, just slugging it out. May the better man win. As Doublelift moves back into the bottom lane now, still working on the Rage Blade. Jackie Love at that 2-item power spike for Kai'Sa. Doublelift still getting closer to his.
Invictus Gaming won a World Championship, slugging it out. Now Doublelift here with the red buff, feeling very confident on the Vayne. You mentioned in Champion Select, a big part of picking this is that it is one of the few marksman champions that can actually side lane.
You can see that that's where he's sent him right now. He's facing the teleport Nico, so who goes with Impact at the moment? Because he's just pushing in.
3v3 again.
JJ face checking the brush. Alistar not too afraid. Braum either. Both of these supports so good at just being that meatball on the front line. Team Liquid will continue pushing up here in the mid lane, taking priority over the wave so they can go back to the Drake.
Impact flanking around a possible dive here, but not enough members from Invictus Gaming showing. Team Liquid now transitioning to the Dragon.
JJ at about 2/3 HP is healing up. But you have to be careful when you don't have all that health to work with. Doublelift does plenty of damage to this Drake. He'll be able to plink away at the health bar with that silver bolt. It's secured already by Xmithie, and Impact's made his way into the fight, but he will not find the stun onto Baolan, which means Team Liquid will not be going for a fight here. The Shy has TP, but he will be late to the fight if it breaks out without him.
Yeah, you can tell IG not making the call to contest that Dragon because they don't call for the teleport of the Shy. He can take that turret in payment instead.
And this is finally, you know, some modicum of control being exerted from both teams. TL not expending flashes to try and start up that fight, and IG sticking to the guns of the split push. However, maybe has overstayed his welcome here. Doublelift heading into the top lane.
To account 1-1 now. IG equalizing that objective, but they are still down 0-2 in the Drakes. Gold practically dead even between these two squads. Everyone came into this series expecting this to be so one-sided for the side of Invictus Gaming, the current world champions, but Team Liquid really stepping up here in this series so far.
Team Liquid have been challenged, and they have stood up with a resounding answer here. Rookie and Impact now will be the bottom lane split pushers. Teleport available for Impact. You said already the Shy has his. Rookies is coming up as well. And remember, Invictus Gaming are the ones fielding 3 teleports. They have more options in spreading the map.
Yeah, they certainly do, but they haven't spread the map. So then you just look at who's got the better summoner spells for team fights at this stage, and that has to go across to TL. I agree with you. If this goes into a 1-3-1, if Jackie Love gets parked mid with Baolan, they're going to be very hard to pull out of it. However, T-Hell have shown craftiness, and I think that's the area that people didn't expect them to be able to go with IG. They're just as decisive, and they're looking for their plays.
JJ, once again, our eyes turn to the MVP on the Alistar. He's hidden himself up and away in the corner here while the team starts Baron, looking for the flank engage.
Remember, IG did this to TL in the last game. They snuck the Baron, but now it's TL looking to start things up. But a nice counterattack coming out from Invictus Gaming. They've already managed to take down Jensen, and things go south for TL. JJ is going to fall next, as Impact is losing the 1v1 against the Shy off to the side. Doublelift shows up, but now he's the next one into the grinder. Rooted up and beaten down. Team Liquid lose 3, and it's IG for Baron.
And Invictus Gaming are ready for it. Who is ganking who here? They turn the kills, and their reward will be Baron.
And you can see that Rookie this time will try and keep Xmithie away from the pit. This will not be a smite contest. IG with 5 alive get the buff.
And what a change of pace from where things were going. Team Liquid was feeling confident. They felt like they were in charge. But as soon as you overexert and make a mistake, it's IG who's ready to punish.
And look at the jungle right there. They have control wards around. So Invictus Gaming have defenses here. Even though CoreJJ sees his target and Team Liquid funnel in, immediately answered by Ning and Bao Lan. Jackie Love ulting in on Kai'Sa. And in the top right corner of your screen, you see the Shy holding down Impact and facing him in the 1v1, chasing him off, picking up the extra kills here. So even though Doublelift flashes, it's into the open waiting arms of Nico.
And this time it's IG that came from multiple angles, and it was Jensen not being able to get a shockwave off. Ning with a beautiful kick to deliver him to Rookie. IG just showing that they still have that ability to turn it around.
And highlighting Kai'Sa's ability to join from half a screen away. Jackie Love ults in to the team fight there, adding the extra damage, and they close the pincer on Team Liquid.
And moves like that are just definitive of IG to me. This is a team that, yes, they can fall behind early. They're very scrappy early. I mentioned already how they often have more deaths than kills at 15 minutes into the game once the lanes end. But you give them an inch and they are taking a mile every single time. And now the Shy on this on-hit Nico. 2, 1, and 5. Blade of the Ruined King, Wits In, both completed, has set up shop in the bottom lane.
Yep, they've got the split push tools available. And now with Baron, actually the Shy,
Impact goes after him, but when the stun doesn't land, Impact is going to be in for a world of hurt.
And this is something that the Shy has become famous for. Not just escaping ganks, but turning them around. Look how much pressure he has on the map, and look at mid lane.
Yep, this Baron buff's going to get them 2 turrets here. Actually, engaged by Core.
The Shy is taken down. He is chain CC'd underneath the turret by CoreJJ. I say a chain, but it's a one-link chain. He's bursted out, and that's a big pick for TL.
And once again, Doublelift is pushing on Vayne. CoreJJ trying to defend the base right now with the rest of Team Liquid.
This is still a 4 versus 4 with Doublelift there in the top side. Impact going to be in some trouble. CoreJJ likely going to be focused here next. Will not be taken down just yet thanks to the ultimate. Team Liquid hold on. Rookie down to 200 HP as Doublelift continues attacking there in the top side.
A critical defense here. They're trying to split push versus a Baron buff, and they are actually doing it.
Team Liquid will continue just holding this wave in the mid lane. Top lane tier 2 falls. CoreJJ managed to get himself into the spawn platform to make sure he healed up there. He's topped off. And although Team Liquid are having to hold on with everything they got is enough for now. Doublelift, do you really want to? Okay, cool. For a second, I was thinking we were going to get the solo queue Vayne treatment pop out of the bush with Final Hour, but Doublelift's not risking anything on those kinds of plays.
I mean, this Vayne Doublelift split pushing side lane is taking me back to Season 3, Captain Flowers. He is able to get away from Ning, who roamed up the river to try and find him as well, and Team Liquid get the reset. This Baron power play, not as substantial as we would have expected, with the pick onto the Shy, under the turret, and Doublelift answering split push tower.
And just Jensen again being able to repel this attack. Crucial chunk onto Rookie. The mid laner is standing up, and the transformation of CoreJJ and Jensen going into this series in particular is just impressing the heck out of me. Every team fight, every little thing that they've been able to do to just force IG back.
And you're talking about which players on Team Liquid are impressive, but on the other side for Invictus Gaming, the next time we get in another one of these fights that there have been so many of so far, the man I'm keeping my eyes on the most is Jackie Love. Stopwatch, Maw, Stormrazor, Ginsu's Rageblade. This Kai'Sa has done so much for this team here so far, and I don't expect that to change anytime soon.
Invictus Gaming are wielding a 4,000 gold advantage in items right now, and they've returned to push on Team Liquid's bottom tower.
But once again, they make the map small, and it's going to be the attack onto the Shy. They know that no one is top lane. They know that mid lane, they still have 30 seconds before it crashes, so they look for their play.
They still have the rise. Rookie pushes mid lane, and then they join the team. This 5-on-5 is grouping up in CoreJJ!
Here we go, it's CoreJJ. He's able to find the knockup, but the Shy going to be doing a lot of damage now. Shockwave's able to take Balon out instantly. The Shy's still alive, and Xfinity goes through into the back line. Going to be popping the stopwatch, keeping himself alive for now. Impact still looking to find some more DPS, but Team Liquid will disengage.
And once again, it's Team Liquid grabbing a kill and getting out cleanly. IG will look to stick around this time, however, and try and break the turret.
Yeah, they have the health lead. Doublelift is back in base, and Xmithy recalling right now on this minion wave. Invictus Gaming looking to take a tower.
Doublelift on his way back. Impact with a good dodge away from those tangle barbs, and TL will hold.
Orianna and Silas wave clear doing its work here. buying time for the recalls to reset, and Doublelift is back out on mid lane, back out on split push duty.
And they have no Baron buff. You have to be able to play multiple lanes against an Orianna. Instead, they're looking to once again go for a dive. IG just throwing the same play time and time again, and it's not working.
And you can see Impact popping that Nico ulti in the chamber every single time he gets the chance. I mentioned it earlier, I'm going to say it again. On hit Nico's ultimate, it's kind of goofy. It doesn't do a whole lot. It's you do it for the stun. The damage is rather unimpressive. But when Silas steals it away, when he gets a 1.2 AP ratio, you can completely decimate a team fight. Impact with the Luden's Echo along with that Proto Belt means he's got the AP to really make that one sting if he gets the chance to pop it off. Look at Jensen's inventory too. Void Staff, Morellonomicon. He wants to make sure that he deletes people.
This series has hinged on Baron team fights here. Baron back out onto the map. For JJ, once again, Hex Tech Flash used over into the brush right now. That is how they got their last engage in defense. Rookie chunking at Smithy.
Rookie's able to find the Sterix gauge of Smithy. Force that Rek'Sai back a little bit now as Balon on the front line going to be eating some damage. Rookie had to use his own flash. Balon the same. Invictus Gaming getting themselves away for now, but what's this in the bottom lane? Machine Gun Nico, rat-a-tat-tat once again, takes down the T2, and now Team Liquid is forced to make a decision. The decision is Baron. The Shy is in the base, and Team Liquid is onto the objective. Ning is a hero if he's able to steal this one away right now. Baron's going to be taken down to 2K. It's secured by Xmithy on the side of TL, but are they able to disengage in time? CoreJJ going into the stasis there in the Baron pit. He'll be taken down as the noble sacrifice. Impact wants to find a kill onto Ning. But he's not able to find it. However, the Shockwave will find exactly what it's looking for. A shutdown over to Impact. Doublelift smells their fear, and he'll shut down Jackie Love.
Jensen once again with a critical shockwave. Level 16 Orianna here. It was a beautiful kick by Ning to get Impact out of the Realm Warp, but they forgot about the other solo laner, and Jensen is able to land it.
And you can just tell IG's mindset. They're teleporting with a split pusher to try and take this fight. You can see Ning can't get into the pit, and it looks like TL is successfully out. However, once they grab the kill onto CoreJJ, Rookie, no hesitation, wants to chase with a Realm Warp.
Yep, Invictus Gaming looking for the kills, and at that moment, we are back alive!
Talking about moments, we already got the Shy in the ground, and sure enough, he's gonna have somebody joining him. A double kill to Impact. The man who was told, you can only play tanks. What are you doing on a carry? Picking everybody up. And Impact marches down mid with the rest of the team.
And with Baron buff, that can be the victory. Team Liquid will push in for an inhibitor.
There is no Doublelift alive, so I don't know whether they can end. However, one more pick could do the trick. Watch the Shockwave. Jackie Love, prone to getting caught out, will just back away.
Team Liquid is not done yet. They will continue pushing up here in the mid lane. Everybody's ready to go. IG, 10 seconds left on Ning, 15 on the shot. CoreJJ's going in. It's multiple CCs down, and Jackie Love, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, but barely getting himself away until Smithy cuts him down. 2 dead for IG. Rookie stands alone. He's trying to kill the minions. That's what he has to do. 400 IQ Rookie manages to get the minion away and buy enough time for the rest of IG.
The next wave is here, however, Flowers, still 30-second death timers. They might still look for it.
And Doublelift is heading down mid lane.
4 Team Liquid members. Doublelift making his way into the base. He'll be there before IG respawns. Impact continues to frontline. He's able to find his way onto Ning, doing a lot of damage, burning him down. The last auto attack from Jensen is going to be enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Team Liquid are on to the Nexus. The Shy is stunned up. The Shy is brought down. And Team Liquid will take us to match point.
Not a single analyst even gave 2 games to Team Liquid in the entire series. But they are 2-0 ahead of the defending world champions right now, and they just did it with a Doublelift Vayne pick.
Yeah, exactly right. And so many things pointing to this is TL playing their game. It was the Orianna. It was the Vayne. This is adaptations in pick bans, and everything that we saw in the regular season that people said was not replicatable on the international stage starting to come out for the Liquid lineup.
Not only our analysts, but 99% of analysts worldwide were just proved wrong with that Nexus exploding for the second time on the side of IG. Team Liquid is stepping up so hard today, and it's really hard to levy the same criticisms as in the past that and North American fans have levied towards them. No, I'm saying as someone who has seen the same thing said about NA teams over and over and over again, Team Liquid is saying we're not falling into that trap, and they're improving at all those aspects.
Team Liquid have taken a bit of Invictus Gaming to heart here. They have gone straight at them, fighting every single skirmish, looking to outfight their way from a deficit as well.
And it's not only that, they're saying that in these mechanical plays, in the turnaround fights, that we are confident enough to be able to go at you. What makes IG so scary is their ability to just go for the 50-50 play. Well, so many of them are going over to TL.
Yeah, I mean, the Orianna, you mentioned it multiple times, but
that was beautiful.
Jensen's most played, the shockwaves over and over. In all this chaos, Invictus Gaming are losing track of that ball.
Yeah, and I think that they're actually losing track of what the game plan is. That's a 1-3-1 comp that just ran into so many fights, and TL rightly make them pay for it.
And as we're watching some of the best games from North American teams ever at an international event, MasterCard is putting the best fans in esports in the spotlight by surprising fans of the day throughout the mid-season invitational with official Riot merch. Today, these Team Liquid fans have had a lot to celebrate. Not only is their team up 2-0 against the world champions, they also received Fizz Flush from MasterCard. That's one way to celebrate. You get free stuff, your team is popping off, it's a good day out there. But for a closer look at Team Liquid's win, let's head over to Shox, Raz, and Azael on the ground in Taipei.
That is a fantastic way to celebrate. Team Liquid is up 2-0 over the world champions IG. I repeat.
Say that one more time.
Team Liquid is up 2-0 versus
nice.
the world
I like
champions.
that.
IG, we can't get too carried away, but how can you not after 2 of those games from your hometown sweethearts from Team Liquid?
I mean, it's so exciting to see a team playing this well against, what was definitively the most impressive team at the tournament. This is a team that has dominated internationally. Yes. At Worlds, crushed the group stage, and TL is up 2-0 after going 0-2 to them in groups.
Yeah, let's take a look at this pick and ban then, okay? There was a lot of talk about adaptation. Raz, what was good here about TL's draft, or what was good about IG's before you saw the game?
It's like a tournament-wide adaptation. Alistar versus Braum is something we didn't even see during the group stage. We saw Tom Kench so heavily from Team Liquid, so it seemed like coming into this series, Alistar was a major focal point. Battleland played it poorly in Game 1. In Game 2, CoreJJ just went off with the pick.
Something I do want to touch on also is the Vayne pick. And we talked a lot about this. The fact that when you're Team Liquid, you are now riding on that confidence off Game 1. And I wanted to see them keep that going. And even though the Vayne didn't get a pentakill or whatnot, the fact that they dare to pick this and they try and ride that momentum speaks volumes to me about TL's state of mind.
I mean, it reminds me so much of something Double said in playoffs. He's talking about him versus Bjergsen. Bjergsen, he said, his best, his worst is like this. And Double says, his best, his worst is like this. But when he's at his best, when he's feeling it, he thinks no one can match him. And when you're locking in Vayne against the world champions, you are feeling yourself.
After Game 1, you kind of have to, right? Because in this game in particular, he took control of the side lane just based off that matchup. The team is playing excellently well in team fights. So he can just go right into it. For me, just once again hitting the draft, because Alistar played such a crucial part of it in Game 1 and Game 2. You're going up against Nico and Braum, and just finding your way into these fights really does feel like a coin flip. And so when they finally hit those fights, it doesn't even matter if it's just one pick. If they catch out the Rise, a flash on that one, Vayne instantly can find a way just a bit closer towards those fights.
Yeah, and I think we should just talk about CoreJJ for the influence he's had on this game. And it started very early on. You wanted to see, okay, what kind of a difference can he make on this Alistar? And it happened quite early.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, CoreJJ, I think, was playing incredibly well in this game, certainly, in lane, but as well as in the team fights. And I think one of the things that was most interesting to me was CoreJJ, and his success or failure, I think, dictated so much of the success or failure of TL in this game. When he was really on point, when he was finding those proper engages, TL was succeeding, and when he wasn't able to, they weren't. And it's so fun for me to see the NALCS MVP on form here at an international tournament. He's taken a step away from the Tom Kench and the Braum. He's playing more aggressively on this pick, and he's looking great.
At the end of group stage, he wasn't even in my top 10 list. That's how poorly he was playing during that time, and the fact that he was able to be this powerful in these team fights, on top of that, Jensen has been on point with his Orianna balls. The earlier teleport plays, too, that they've been fumbling in the group stage, not happening here.
Yeah, and that gives Core JJ in this one also the MasterCard player of the game, and I think that is well deserved, and we are now going to demonstrate exactly why that is, because we talk so much about that Alistar, the moves he can make, and how important he is in engaging the team fights, and we saw also if it doesn't work out, it falls to the wayside. So let's take a look first up at that early 15-minute Dragon for Team Liquid, where so much of the game positions around.
Yeah, it certainly did. I mean, this is all about the flank, you know, and this is an earlier fight. This was, I believe, the 1v1 kind of setting up to this. Doublelift trading very heavily with Jackie
You
Love,
think he's
putting
out of the
him
fight?
low.
They both are, but they're not.
Exactly, and Doublelift did have lifesteal with the Blade of the Rune King, so he can heal back up a little bit more prior to the fight. And then it's Core JJ. He knows he's not on vision. He has the Blast Cone as a way in and finding the flank. And this was so critical in a lot of the TL teamfight wins.
Because there are longer skirmishes, and if you just look at how Lee Sin's going to be able to play this one out, he gets the Alistar. Perhaps it's a misclick, and it really zones him out, so he dies out in the back end.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it was a great flash there from Doublelift to avoid that kick, and then it is, again, this is a failed engage. This was kind of more the other side of the coin when they're not able to find that clean engage. How good IG is at actually playing out these skirmish, messy style of team fights. And then again, I believe we do perhaps have that later fight where Core JJ is again able to find the most successful engage. You know, it really has been all about him. Can he actually nail these fights?
Yeah, and what I thought was so impressive once again from Team Liquid is that happens. You know, they lose that first Baron, but they don't lose the morale and they don't lose sight of what is important in this game after this. Even though this doesn't go as well as it should, they stay in the game.
They consistently look to catch Invictus Gaming and fight. That was excellent there. And even the preceding, I think, Orianna ultimate Shockwave, just being able to clean them out. This happens throughout the game. And so it's this change in attitude from Team Liquid that we kind of saw at the back end of the group stage, that they're willing to match Invictus Gaming in these fights, and they're doing it well.
So as we wrap up game 2 now, 2-0 for Team Liquid, I just want to hear from you, Raz. What have you been lacking from IG so far? Where are they dropping the ball and how do they turn it around? Yes, that's actually what's coming out of my mouth right now. IG has to turn it around.
A lot of it comes down to later execution when they have leads, because once again, these are Team Liquid fights that they're clawing back into the game with. And so game 1, once again, that 3-man hit from Nico being able to get them back into the game. That's Invictus Gaming not finding themselves on side lane. So once again, if you have these split push compositions, put Ryze on side lanes and draw the game out.
Yeah, and for me, it's kind of funny to say it, but I think, you know, again, they need to play the game more slowly, right? You know, this is IG, and TL are actually playing the game to a pace and executing at a level that IG, I think, are struggling to keep up at times. They're struggling to match them blow for blow.
Yeah.
And as you say, they're often picking these side lane picks. You know, they had the Ryze in game number 1. Why are they trying to force in that 5v5? I think it is at times overconfidence. They are feeling that they can just outplay TL and not necessarily playing fully to their win conditions. So to IG, when they get those early leads, slow it down, play the side lanes, set up vision, and try to slowly squeeze TL out of these games.
Final note then, Azael, you can put on your analyst hat or your NA fan hat. I don't care. How does Team Liquid close it out and make it to the MSI final with a possible 3-0 over Invictus?
I just got to keep the magic rolling. I think this confidence that we have seen has been a beautiful thing to see. All I got to say is let's go at it.
Oh my God.
I'm with you. I'm so sorry, Raz. Of course, still rooting for IG, but what a game we've seen out of Team Liquid twice in a row now. Can they do it one more time, or will we see IG rise again? We're going to find out after the break, so don't go anywhere.